The film's protagonist, Lou, is an elderly woman living alone in her cabin near a forest on Orcas Island, Washington. In 1986, a complete recluse by choice, her only companion is her faithful dog Jax, with whom Lou often goes hunting even when it's not hunting season. She goes to the village to buy some things. Later, she goes to the bank and withdraws all the money in her bank account. When she comes to pick up the vehicle, she talks to the sheriff about her arthritis, and he tells her that a copper bracelet might help her. She thanks to him and leaves. A warning is given over the radio to everyone to stay safe at home as a storm is coming. Here, a mother named Hannah plays hide and seek with her young daughter V outside their home. She is a tenant in Lou's property with her daughter V. Having been in an abusive marriage, Hannah is now alone with V after separating from her husband Philip. Lou stops by on the way home to remind him that she has to pay the rent the next day. On her way home, V suddenly falls in front of Lou's vehicle. Hannah scolds harshly but she comes home regardless. Anticipating a big storm, Hannah's boyfriend, Chris, offers to bring supplies. On the way home, he picks up a hitchhiker in his van. He is Philip, Hannah's husband, but Chris doesn't know this. When Chris talks about Hannah, Philip becomes enraged and beats him to death. She can also be seen digging out some papers and photos, and it seems like the country of Iran is already somehow tied to Lou, as some of the papers even have Farsi characters on them. However, Lou no longer wants to be involved in any of this. She burns all the papers and photographs. Lou writes a secret letter for Hannah. Later, she locks Jax in her room so she can figure out what to do next. Leaving the letter addressed to Hannah on her desk, Lou calmly sits down with her gun and prepares to shoot herself. On the other side, Hannah and V share a loving bond, but V is still waiting for her father to return from a big adventure, which she believes is out because her mother told her to. Hannah is telling everyone in the neighborhood that her husband Philip died 2 or 3 years ago. Evening falls and a storm hits the island. The electricity to Hannah's house was cut off. Going outside to check on the situation, Hannah stumbles upon the body of Hannah's new boyfriend, Chris, dead inside the van. She immediately realized what was happening, so she rushes home to save her daughter, but by then V is kidnapped by Hannah's husband. Hannah then runs to Lou's house, interrupts her suicide attempt, and tells her that V is missing. Hannah begs Lou to help save her daughter from her vengeful husband, and Lou agrees. Before they leave, Lou's truck explodes due to a bomb planted by Philip. Lou lets Jax out of the room because she has given up on her suicide attempt. Although Lou initially wants to go out alone, Hannah refuses to back down and joins her as she begins to track Philip's movements. Aided by a regular hunter and the trained and intelligent Jax, Lou finds tracks on the ground, and the two women follow them through the woods and beyond. The next morning, they reach a small shack where Hannah identifies 2 men who worked for her husband, but there is no sign of V. Hannah informs Lou about her husband, saying how he has an uncontrollable temper and that he would hurt Hannah badly, and she informs Lou that she should send V out of the situation and save her from his wrath. Ever so smartly, Lou decides to visit the place and uses her best acting skills to pretend to be an old, helpless woman lost in the incessant rain. Later, they become suspicious of Lou, leading to a fight between them. She kills one of them. She blackmails him into finding out where Philip is going, and eventually kills him too. Then Hannah takes him to where he said. Hannah is suspicious of Lou's actions, so she explained to Hannah that she was a former CIA field agent for 26 years. As the 2 women try to find the missing girl, Philip goes into the forest with V, and first, he uses a small cart to get his daughter to safety. He gives her a music player to keep her occupied, and V is happy to see her father again. V gives her father an injured butterfly, but she finds it strange at first when she sees her father drop the butterfly into her palm. She doesn't think much of it, but immediately goes with her father, who tells her they're going on an adventure and soon her mother will join her. Philip takes her to the beach at Eagle Bay, from where he is supposed to take a boat to the mainland, but bad weather puts a stop to his plans, and they take refuge in a nearby cave for the night. Lou and Hannah arrive at Eagle Bay Beach. There, Lou sees V's doll in a photo on an abandoned boat. Lou hides the photo without Hannah knowing. Lou sees smoke coming from a cave while Hannah is crying over a severed head doll. Lou sends Hannah into the mountains to radio the sheriff for help. Lou confronts Philip and goes to save V. Hannah contacts the local sheriff with the radio device she found earlier. Here in the cave, Philip is sleeping peacefully, so Lou sneaks into the cave. After a confrontation, it is revealed that Philip is actually Lou's son, and that Lou abandoned him as a child to avoid blowing up his undercover mission in Iran. Philip injures Lou and leaves with V. Philip intends to kill them all together, so he uses V as bait. Philip was part of the U.S. Army Special Forces and was accused of torture and other war crimes during his service in Central America. However, a few years ago, while he was still being sought by the authorities, his apartment exploded and everyone believed he had died in the explosion. Now he is a key criminal wanted by the CIA after kidnapping V. Now Hannah comes into the cave to help Lou. Later, after seeing the photos and messages in Lou's bag, Hannah comes to know that Philip is Lou's son. Then Lou reveals her story. Lou was a CIA agent and a good one. As part of her job, she had to go undercover to get close to a high-profile target in Iran during the years of the Islamic Revolution. In what was probably the safest thing to do, she had decided to take her baby boy Philip with her. Lou later admits that she wasn't really the best mother, that she didn't want to be, and that she always prioritized her work over motherhood. During her years in hiding in Iran, she and her interrogators had some falling out, and in response, her son was taken away from her as a boy. Although Lou confirmed that the boy had been rescued from the terrorist camp, she herself did not approach or attempt to contact him. Philip grew up waiting for his mother to return to him, then as an adult, joined the U.S. Army Special Forces. Meanwhile, Lou has been monitoring everything and she learns how her son has grown into a toxic man. She makes sure Hannah goes to the Orcas with her daughter V, and then reveals that Lou went close to them to protect them from Philip. Hannah then angrily leaves Lou here and goes alone to save V. The sheriff arrives at Eagle Bay, where he finds Lou and gives her a copper bracelet. She then turns the sheriff around and takes his vehicle. Meanwhile, Hannah has arrived at the lighthouse and is keeping V away from Philip. After a scuffle, Hannah injures Philip and flees with V. She sees a bomb in the lighthouse. After that, Lou reaches their place. He tries to defuse the bomb. Meanwhile, Hannah makes V escape. After that, Philip tries to blow up the whole place after seeing Lou is there, but learns that Lou has already defused the bomb. As Hannah, Lou, and Philip chase them and try to escape back into the forest, a CIA helicopter hovers over the scene, menacingly searching for Philip and Lou. Lou used their copper insulation and radio to signal a beacon filled with explosives and detonate them from a distance, destroying it to signal an approaching CIA helicopter. Seeing this, the CIA has come towards this place. Lou decides to retreat and fight his son while Hannah and V leave the scene safely, telling him to read a letter at Lou's house. As the mother and son engage in a huge fight, a CIA helicopter approaches and observes them. Philip breaks down and tearfully hugs his mother as Lou apologizes to him, and is then shot in the back by CIA agents. Lou appears to have been shot down as well, as both fell overboard and were swept away by the water. A few days later, Hannah finds Lou's house and her money, and two government officials ask her if she knows what happened to Lou or her past. Hannah denies knowing anything, and they are later seen taking a boat to a new life in Seattle. He is, of course, with his daughter V and Lou's dog Jax, who is now part of their family. Jax first appears to be very intrigued by someone on a boat, and then, in the final scenes, an old woman is seen looking at Hannah and V through her binoculars. Although we can't see this woman from the front, the marks on her hands, the arthritic fingers, and the special bracelet on her wrist confirm that she is Lou. After all, she's Philip's mother, who once faked his death, and now Lou follows her niece and granddaughter around like a guardian angel, seemingly doing the same to get the CIA off her back. The film ends with this. Please like and subscribe, it will be a big support for our channel. I hope you enjoy this video. Thanks for watching.